Oh, goodness, I didn't see there. Hi, I'm the night guard. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's actually me. Hi, I'm Tyler. And over the last year, I did two very big streams. One was 19 hours long, the other 14. And you might be wondering, what does that have to do with anything? Well, both of those were completing every single Five Nights at Freddy's game that I could physically find. And over the course of that, I have beaten every single one that I could. And I think it's time to do the tallies and see how far I got in my fight against FNAF. So, without further ado, let's start at the beginning. Round one. Round! Actually, before we get into that, the first stream that you actually see on our channel is actually the second. At the very beginning, the very first stream we did, after 2 hours, my computer completely tanked and basically killed itself until myself, my cousin, tried to completely redo everything, and we basically had to wipe the computer and restart it just to get it to run again. I did a few test streams, and then we came back into that second stream. In that second stream, my power went out at 19 hours, which is why it wasn't a full 24-hour stream like I originally wanted it to be. And then on our third attempt, which is our round two on the channel, my entire footage just lost 2.5 hours at the end of it. So, honestly, I went through and beat all of Secret of Mimic, but you literally can't even find the last 2.5 hours, because I don't even know where it is. Somehow, YouTube deleted the last 2.5 hours of that stream, and so maybe one day I'll be able to come back and properly finish it for the channel. But just know what happened. Logan, Chris, and everyone else who was there, I guess you're the only people that will ever see me beat it. Until I come back and try to beat it again. But now that all that's behind us, let's get into round one. Well, let's start where every good play starts. The beginning. FNAF 1, the very first game that I streamed, was very fun to play. I mean, honestly, the fundamentals are there. Switching your cameras, checking on things, your lights, your doors, your power usage, all of that stuff, which just kind of piles up perfectly into this perfect storm.
Of the games in the series that I think I will have the most trouble. I think FNAF 2 and FNAF 4 will give me the most trouble. I think I will be fine when we're doing assistant location. Actually, Pizzeria Simulator might be difficult for me. Just thinking of different things.
You can really kind of see why everybody really loved this game when it first came out. I mean, and it still holds up, with the exception being that it is very, very old. So a lot of issues that were more commonplace with games back then, or things that just haven't been fully updated to match with current hardware and stuff, were very prevalent. Clicking off of the game reorganizes everything. When it blows up, you can't really change anything. There's not a lot of settings, so noises are quite loud. But other than all of that, it really was a fun experience.
I knew he was going to be there. I can read his mind now. I'm like, wah, 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 you know what I mean? Like, I can read his brainwaves before he even thinks.
In just shy of 3 hours, I took the beast down and completed the first game of our Gauntlet.
Long one, give me the long one. Give me the long one. Give me the long one. Wait more, wait more, wait more, wait more, wait more. Wait even longer, wait even longer. Wait even longer. Wait even longer. There we go. I think we got it. I think we got it. I think we got 6 a.m. first try. Oh my god, if we got 6 a.m. first try, I'm going to have a heart attack, dude. Okay, take the long walk. We did it! We did it! FNAF 1 is dead, and I killed it! $220! Let's go! Yes! Oh my god! Oh! Frick you, 6 Night. And the beauty of this location, uninstall that game. We did it! We beat FNAF 1 before the surprise!
So now that moves us to round 2. Before we get into that round, however, I think it's very important to note that during this stream, the very first one, we took a very big section and we played 2 of the FNAF board games. And while this isn't in this video, because I didn't feel like I needed to bloat it any longer than it actually is, I think that the perfect thing for me to do is take it, cut it into its own board games video, and it will be out next week. So, keep your eyes on the channel if you're very excited. If you like our board game series, I can assure you this is definitely one of the best ones. It's their first time trying to live stream in board games, too. So, pop in, give it a view, see what you guys think. Alright, now, with all of that out of the way, we can move to round 2! So the only proper place to go after round 1 is round 2, which would be FNAF 2. While we went through and played the game, you really kind of get the feeling that Scott took everything from FNAF 1, ported it over, and then threw a bunch of new mechanics in there just to see what sticks. By removing the doors, he gave us this new mask feature, which also came with Foxy and Balloon Boy.
Died of Foxy.
And then also gave us all of these new vents, the masks, the wind-up from the music box, all of that stuff. And they are fun, except for Foxy.
I stir so that the wither goes away. The freaking Foxy gets me, and it pisses me off, dude. I hate it. I hate this game.
They're fun, and I really enjoy playing with them. It was a really fun time for me until I had to deal with Foxy. I hate Foxy. I never want to deal with Foxy ever again. But after 2 hours, I put it down, and I said, let's move on to the next game on my original stream. On the second stream, we came back. I gave it 2.5 hours. I beat everything up to night 5 after my first 2 hours. Then I threw 30 minutes more on the clock and said, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see if we can beat night 5. And then after 30 minutes, I realized that I don't want to do it anymore.
Perfect. Chica, you can't jump scare me right now, dude. I'm so not. Why, Chica? Pissing me off.
And I hate FNAF 2. So FNAF 2 was the first FNAF to fully conquer me and make me absolutely not want to do it anymore. But I said I would do it, so I did. Which moves us on to round 3! So, when it comes to FNAF games, when you move from 2, you gotta go to 3. And when you get to 3, you realize that it is my second favorite game out of this entire game series. Out of everything I've played, I loved FNAF 3. It was so fun, the mechanics felt so good, like having him move to different places felt nice, you never knew which spot he was moving to, finding where he was on the cameras, it just synergized so well for me.
Buddy, I see that you found me. Now what? I forget what your jump scare is. It's been so long since I've seen it. It's 3 a.m. I mean, it's really up to you at this point. What's wrong? What happened? Are you waiting for me to open the menu so you can jump scare me afterwards?
Blocking the vents, doing all the reboots and stuff. It felt so nice and condensed and compact compared to what FNAF 2.
Oh shit. Yeah, I found one of the minigames. Here you go, children. This is hype. Ooh, I can go find more. Yo. This is one of the first one. You're not gonna spoiler, you know all the lore? Well, I have bad news for you. I do know all the lore too. What? It makes you restart the night? Oh, that's so cool.
Was. And I got to night 5 on my very first stream and then said, well, let's move on to 4 and then I'll come back and clean this up at the end, which didn't happen because I lost power. But on that second stream I came back, I fully cleaned everything up with FNAF 3.
We're Cam 1. Here's left Cam 1. Drop a decoy back over there. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Thank you! That's game 2 completed.
And that is the second one that I have fully beaten out of all of the games that I've played. Only just short 4 hours when I finally finished beating this game. But it was absolutely wonderful. It's honestly the perfect entry point to the series, I feel. Especially since it's slightly newer, so it doesn't have all the tweaks of FNAF 1. But honestly, it's my second favorite game out of all of them. So I highly, highly recommend it. I loved it so much. Now, on to round 4. The best thing about FNAF is that when you move from 3, you go to 4. And when I got to 4, it's going to be kind of the shortest one out of all of these guys, because I started playing, and after my first jump scare, I felt some issues with my heart. Felt a little weird.
Ah, shit. I didn't hear breathing.
But I was like, could just be nothing. Went back through, I had a second jump scare, and then I really started feeling issues with my heart. And I went, I don't feel like having a heart attack on stream, possibly. So, because I have issues with heart problems in my family, I decided maybe we just let FNAF 4 have this one.
I might have to skip FNAF 4. Should you sleep? Yeah, probably.
So, after only a few minutes of playing, FNAF 4 beat me. And that means that we move on to round 5! On round 5, we are going up against Sister Location, the 5th game in all of this series. And I think everyone knows that Sister Location is the first really big detour from a lot of what was done. You have new minigames every night. Every night you're going through different things. You're sometimes crawling through Balora's area. Sometimes you're fixing Funtime Freddy.
Press the large black button beneath Bonnie's bow tie to release the power module.
Bro, I hate this little rabbit freak. If I have to do that fun time shit again.
Sometimes you are doing a bunch of different tasks, making sure things are cleaned, checking up on baby. And then you get to night 4, which is the spring locks and mini arenas. I loved this game until I got to night 4. I hated that so much. I looked up guides while I was on the original stream, and I tried to follow them. Nothing worked. And then after a while, I just said, screw it. We'll come back to it. On the second stream, I hate this minigame. On the left. I'm not doing this. I literally only gave it 30 minutes before I said, I'm done. I'm tired of banging my head against the wall and trying to get this fixed. It's just not going to happen. So, Social Location was the third FNAF game to beat me. However, that doesn't stop us from getting into round 6. Round 6 is where everything kind of super came together for me. I love Pizzeria Simulator. It is probably my favorite all-time FNAF game of everything that I've played. Pizzeria Simulator is a tycoon, my favorite type of game. I'm ready to start my Fazbear entrepreneurship.
Let's see how much cash you had left over after purchasing your franchise package.
$3.
Great, that should be more than enough. Now let's get started. On your left are your product catalogs. You can unlock more expensive catalogs by simply purchasing items for your pizzeria. Use the arrows in the bottom right of the item window to browse the products for each catalog. When you're finished shopping, click the button labeled Blueprint Mode to place your items. You can switch back and forth between Catalog Mode and Blueprint Mode as often as you like before opening your doors to the public. When you're ready to open your restaurant for business for the day, click the button labeled Finished in Blueprint Mode. Give it a try and do some shopping.
We spent it a month. It's Bucket Ball! He's my best friend! It is, the FNAF element of it is basically just 3, but more advanced. Love that. You can buy upgrades. You can just, you're refurbishing things. It has the most killer true ending of the entire series. That monologue will be remembered throughout all of history. One of the greatest things I've ever seen. I mean, just honestly, I think it might be the peak of the series. In my personal opinion, I think the series should have ended at 6. It gives such a beautiful wrap up, and then money. So that's why we got the rest. But I will say it is absolutely, to me, the pinnacle of FNAF games. It is so fun. I have so much joy playing it. And honestly, I enjoyed it so much that on the first stream, I got the bankrupt ending. No, you don't. Not me. I don't give a shit what you want, Henry. What? Why did we get a lawsuit?
You gave it your best shot. You went all in. You put all your eggs into one basket and did the unthinkable. You ran out of cash. While we encourage entrepreneurs to follow their dreams, we also recognize a lost cause when we see one. There are no do-overs, and we trust that you know your way out. But before you go, take this certificate of bankruptcy. Now do everyone a favor and get lost.
And then said I was going to come back and get the other ending. In the second stream, I went through and got the basic ending, which is just winning the game without dying to animatronics.
Guys, remember, when you get a chance, always sell out.
Before you is an animatronic.
Don't care. Throw it back in the alley. We don't want Lefty.
Don't forget Saturday.
Don't forget
You want
Saturday.
them all
You
to
want
be
to
in one
jerk your
place.
shit crazy style. Turn away, 0 visitors. That's right. Boom. 9/11! George W. Bush rookie card!
So, you know, maybe I'll come back and play that one again too sometime. But that'll be in my own time. I'm not playing these on stream anymore. So, anyway, on to round 7. Well, before we can get to 7, I think it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. Security Breach and Ruin are buggy pieces of shit that I could hardly play. And I got to the daycare. Everything lagged out on the first stream.
What the flip is going on with this game? It was running perfectly fine. I guess I'm just gonna have to run it in freaking windowed mode. I guess I can't run it at full screen. Holy shit, it keeps messing all my stuff up. Windowed full screen. And then it's just back to full screen. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna do windowed mode. I mean, we have to. There's nothing else we can do. Oh, my whole computer is lagging out now. That's fun. Why are we doing that? Hey, Streamlabs, or hey, Task Manager, what's eating everything? Oh my god. FNAF Security Breach is... I'm pulling this over here. FNAF Security Breach is taking 5,000 megabytes of memory.
So I said, I'll come back and I will beat it. In between streams 1 and 2, I tried to troubleshoot Security Breach to get it to work. And then I thought I had it in a stable state. So we came back. Second stream, I came back. The same error happened. No matter what I did, it wouldn't work. So I just gave up. I uninstalled the game and I said, forget it. Because I know if my cache or whatever the hell was going on, cache is backed up or whatever the hell was going on with it, was going to happen on that. It was more than likely going to happen on Ruin. So there was no point in me trying to go through and troubleshoot it while I was already kind of going to be up for a while working on other games. So Ruin and Security Breach technically beat me, but only due to the fact that I did not feel like sitting around for hours trying to troubleshoot buggy, horrible messes of games. Their lore is interesting, their plots are interesting, but I mean, they weren't even games that I was super excited to play. So, I guess you can rack that up as 2 more failures on my end. Well, that all aside, let's move on to round 7! Round 7 of this series would end up being Into the Pit, the final game of the very first stream that I did. And at that point, the most current game. And I gotta say, playing through the world of the books instead of playing through our pre-established game universe was really interesting. There's a lot of really cool things in the books I think would be really fun to experience through the games. And I think there's some of the stuff was being brought from the books into games would work really well.
Where would they be? So I just had to go into the back of the arcade.
This is a prime example of you were going to this place, something happened, and now you have to go back and fix it. You're constantly going. Every night you go back to the pizzeria. You figure out what's going on. You have to sneak out of the house. Your dad locks the ways you sneak out, and then you just slowly have to keep doing that over the course of 5 days, freeing all 5 of the children's souls.
Is Janet Theory Oswald is CC? Which one? Wait, what's CC? Crying child? Do you think Oswald's a crying child? No, Oswald can't be the crying child. Because Oswald saves the crying child first night.
Then, of course, the last day, you save your father from Springtrap. It was so fun. It was such a nice deviation from everything else. And honestly, I think it should get a lot more respect than what it got when it first came out. I think people were just too shocked by how new it was. But honestly, I really enjoyed it too. But I beat it myself on that stream. So that is another win for me. On to round 8, our final round. Round 8 is our final round of this video. And I mean, honestly, kind of a wet fart to finish out on. Secret of the Mimic is a great game, but when we got there, I mean, all you can see now is me getting to the elevator fight with Dolly, and I just never really got to see the rest of it. But I took the ending where you don't give all of your stuff over to Fazbear Entertainment, and you just, keep fighting against them using the parachute protocol. And then when you get down there, you just find out a bunch of stuff about Edwin. You find a bunch of stuff out about Fazbear that just kind of changes all the lore for no good reason. And then it's just, I don't know. It's just super weird and irritating. I mean, we finally get an origin for Chica, which is that Murray was the one who built them. But, I don't know. It just, everything kind of doesn't line up and it just kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. Plus, when you get to Edward Murray's house, after beating all the other stuff, and you're going through that with the actual Mimic there, and you're dodging it, and getting the records, figuring out the order, it's just a lot. Especially having to watch each film all the way through every time to figure out the numbers. It just, I don't know. And then the ending wasn't super satisfying because I didn't get all the collectibles, so, it was kind of not as great as the others. I mean, it also didn't help that the game was double the length of I had put into any other game that we had played across both streams, being over 8 hours long, and me being tired at the end of the stream after having already played so many others.
Wonder how long it'll take him to call my number. Oh, guess we're going mouse and keyboard. The controller has fully died.
I'm very excited about our next showroom. Welcome to the world's first recycling center. Basically, we take trash and turn it into cash. To explain how it all works, let me introduce one of our many hard-working recycling automations. Say hello, Nurse Dolly.
Hello, Nurse Dolly.
Oh, that gets me every time. I thought it would be fun to go with a doll hospital team. Pretty neat, huh? Dolly, tell them what you do.
I am recycling. Edwin Murray coined the term, and it will soon be an industry standard. I take broken stuff and turn it into new stuff. So much money is saved by reusing these old parts that we call it going green.
Because money is green, not the old part.
Edwin is a genius. Wink.
Oh, get back to work, you.
It just really didn't bode well for Secret of the Mimic. I think it was good. It was a great game. I liked a lot of the stuff that they were doing before we got to the Fazbear Initiative stuff, but I don't know. It was something alright, but it was a game that I beat, which means that I have finally made it through every single FNAF game that I could get my hands on. So, now we need to move on to the final score! Alright, we're here. The grand finale of the video. In a second I'll tell you the score, but if you're here and you made it all the way through, thank you so much. This is the first time I've ever made a video of this type. I really appreciate everybody who's kind of sat down and watched it. If you really like this stuff, consider subscribing. We got some new stuff coming out next year. That'll be great. And then also, next week, we will be having that board games video of us playing the FNAF board games, if you're interested in that kind of thing. But I want to say thank you so much to everybody, and let's get into this final score. We have a final score of the FNAF games, and myself, and, shit, they got, I don't know. Well, I guess I'm tied until the next FNAF game comes out. I kind of played all of them, I think. Huh? Wait a second. Somebody just starts at me. No. No, it can't be. Join me the week of Christmas. Date not fully known yet, but we will beat FNAF World, bringing me to 6 and having me be the reigning champion over FNAF. Be there or be forcibly turned unto a square.